We can get into some previews here. We can start off with a big Pac-12 matchup with number 24 Washington going into number 6 Oregon. Um, somewhat of a big game for the Pac-12. Though there's, the following week a lot of big Pac-12 games, and we'll get into those next week. But yeah, for our Oregon team, right, that got destroyed by Georgia in week 1, ever since then has been kind of on fire, handling their business every step of the way. Undefeated outside of that week 1 loss to Georgia. Sitting at number 6, they're a team. I mean, if they win out from here on, they're pretty good chance that
They could possibly get
get
into the
in.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's pretty good chance that they'll get in. So, yeah, they have a Washington team that we saw put up some pretty good performances so far this year. They have a good record. They're not a pushover or a team that you can just look past. Oregon potentially, has to stay focused, not look too far down the road at the bigger matchups in the coming weeks.
Right.
So yeah, they got to keep their eye on the prize here. But they're favored by 12.5 points at home here.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's
That's a
what happens
lot.
when you play complete games like they've been playing.
Yeah, Bo Nix has been playing lights out too, so that's another
Yeah,
factor
they
that.
they've had their running game going. They've
Right.
stepped up on defense. So really a complete team with Dan Lanning coming over from Georgia as the defensive coordinator over there, getting his shot at a head coach here. And yeah, I mean, whether they cover the spread or not, I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't be betting this game particularly, but I would look for Oregon to get the win here and handle business. Whether it be a blowout or whether it's a close game.
Yeah, I think they'll eventually. I think Oregon, they've been playing great football. They've been able to turn it around ever since that Georgia debacle. And Bo Nix has been just playing really, really great quarterback. Or there's been really great quarterback play with Bo Nix. So I don't. I think 12.5 is a lot, but especially being the team that Washington is. But I think they'll be able to pull out with the win. Um, but again, I don't think 12.5 would be the outcome of it, but I mean, who knows? Because we've seen them. Who was it that they versed? BYU,
Yeah, and they just
and
came out firing.
yeah, and they just
Simmons. You know, oddly enough, the parallel between Oregon and Georgia, that BYU game was similar with Oregon's play style with how Georgia came out in this
right,
Tennessee game, right?
right, right,
They
right.
just came out, they took some deep shots down the field,
Yeah, and
kind of
it
got ahead
just
early, and then really just defensively held them off the whole way after that. So yeah, like you said, Oregon should be able to win it here, and we'll see how things go from there.